Hey everyone, hope you're well. I'm here today to show you something a little different. Normally I'm always breaking down movements, acrobatic stuff. Today I'm going to work on a kick, Armada. I have seen for many years a lot of people struggling with Armada. Sometimes I'm going to do workshops. And it's not only beginners, sometimes people more advanced. When I say struggling, not using the potential of their flexibility or even speed, okay? And 9 out of 10 is because of the position of the hips. I'm going to break down and hope this tip is going to help you out to improve your Armada. Or if you already know, you can always pass on. Maybe it's a different way that you can see it. Again, this is not the only way or the right way. This is the way I do it. And that's the way I normally try to avoid this problem. I'm going to explain to you. Normally when I'm teaching Armada to someone, the idea is I step and my hip always following my movements. Not just on Armada, any movement. It makes no sense if I'm going that way and my hips is facing this way. Yeah, so as I'm stepping, I'm placing my hips facing the way I'm going. So the second step is still going that direction, so my hips following the movement, and then I go onto my toes, and then I release the leg. This is where the problem is, most of the time. A lot of people, they release the leg early. Why? It's normal, because they can see the front. I can see the front already, but look where my hips is facing. It's facing that way. So when I lift my leg up, it doesn't matter how flexible I am, I'm going to be kicking this way. So I'm going to be kicking and then trying to make the rotation, but my hip is not completely open. So I try to do this and then I open the kick. One, I not only lost most of my flexibility, I'm forcing to open my leg more than I normally can, or on this direction here, I'm not as strong by using my quads and my hamstring. Here, using the adductors here, it's not as strong as it is if I'm kicking up. So the idea is you're doing like an axe kick. The impression that we have that the kick is going around comes from the step sideways. It's not me moving the leg that way. Can you do it? Yes, you can. But it's not effective or fast than kicking the leg up. I show you the difference. So if I'm stepping here, step, step, and from here, I'm just open my leg here. Imagine you are my target where I'm kicking. Once I pass this part of you, once I already passed where you are, it doesn't matter me open the leg this way. I'm just wasting time, and also I'm not as strong. The chances are, if you're not flexible here, you're gonna pull your groin. So kick the leg up and then down. Placing the hip at the right direction is gonna help your flexibility. Even if you're not flexible, it's gonna give you momentum from the kick if everything's going on the same direction. So this is problem number one that you're trying to focus on. Keep the hips open. So when I go, step, I go on my toes here and I rotate as much as I can. Now my hip can go in further, but now my hip is facing forward. Now all I can do is just do the axe kick. So I'm gonna go up and then down. So that's the direction that my hip can open comfortably and can use the flexibility that I have. Okay, so this is one of the situations that you can, that's normally when I teach, I make sure the hips is there. And it doesn't matter if you don't need to too fast at the beginning. Make sure the hip is open. So step, keep following the movement. There, I can just kick up and then down. So that's the principle of the Armada. But now the tip that changes for me a lot. Now, the main focus is, especially when you're doing against someone more advanced, you don't want to be vulnerable on your toes. When I'm stepping here, I'm on my toes. So there is almost like a blind spot here. I can turn my head, but not many people do. And even if you do, you're still on your toes. It's easy for you to be swept up compared to having your foot planted on the floor. But my foot planted on the floor, I can't spin. So what I do, I bring my second step, I bring my heel as close as I can to my bum, almost like I'm going to kick my bum here. Why? Because that gives me time to place this leg in the right direction. And when I place my foot, I don't place facing the back. I already twisted my foot. So I twist my hip before I even begin the kick. So in that case, I have the option. I can see now, I'm completely at the right position. I can see whether someone's close or going to swipe my leg or do a vingativo or do anything, or if I have my balance, yeah, but the main thing is my hips are the right position and I already done the turn of my hip without being on my toes on both legs. So I already finished the kick, I can just go up and then down. So I'm gonna bring my leg up so you can see here, just so you can see the position of my leg. So I'm gonna go here, lift my hip as much as I can and place the leg. One, I can see, but my hip is already twisted. By the time I shift my weight from this leg to this one, I can release my leg and then go. And if I see that someone's coming towards do something, swipe or get close, or I'm too close or too far, I can still change at that point. So I can go as fast as I can here and then change my leg. I don't have to release. And it's quite good as well to fake, to pretend, to kind of like throw a little bait for someone to come and grab it. Pretend to do Armada and then you don't. But that's the idea. So if I'm gonna go, I lift, kick my leg up and then go. So there, I'm not that flexible, but it looks like I can kick super high or my leg can go really high because I'm using the momentum at the right angle. Because if I do it too early, look, it doesn't matter. My leg is here, I'm off balance, and I'm not kicking where I need to kick. So I'm restricting my own path for my hips to open. Guys, I hope that makes sense. More tips like this you can find on my channels. Or feel free to ask if there is a movement that you can't do a kick or you're struggling with something. Feel free to get in touch. I'm going to start to do my lives again. So you can pick the move that you want to learn, and I'm going to try my best to break it down for you or help you to improve if you already know how to do it. So guys, be in touch. Hope this helped. And if you have a different technique, or if you know how to do it in a different way, or if you have a comment or you say, oh, this, I don't see this way, wherever, please share. Let's help each other. Let's try to bring the community. Let's try to elevate the potential of everyone in our community. See you soon.